stillbirth or severe harm to the baby. This was not a send it back and refire situation. This was a life or death moment captured in real time on a television set. What turned stomachs wasn't just that it happened, it was Barrett's reaction after. On camera, Barrett admitted that he had known the chicken was undercooked before he sent it to the pass. He had seen it and plated it anyway because his reasoning was that Ramsay would catch it and send it back, and that would be easier than refiring the protein himself. He had gambled with a pregnant woman's food to save himself time on the line. Ramsay screamed at him out of the station, and the show cut to commercial. In 2007, Hell's Kitchen cast a contestant who was already visibly too sick to be in the kitchen, and less than 3 episodes later, he was in the back of an ambulance.
Oh, shit.
He's a medic.
Behind. Medic!
His name was Aaron Song, a 48-year-old retirement home chef from the Los Angeles area, and he was a diabetic. From the very first episode of Season 3, something about him looked wrong on camera. He moved slowly, struggled to keep up with prep, and was sweating in scenes where nobody else was. Teammates said in their confessionals that he did not look well, and viewers at home could see it just as clearly. On the morning the show filmed Episode 3, titled 10 Chefs Compete, Aaron could not get out of bed. 2 of his teammates, Rock Harper and Brad Thomas, had to physically help him get dressed and walk him down to the kitchen. He should never have been taken onto that set that day, but he was taken anyway. Later in the episode, the losing team was handed a punishment that involved hauling heavy bags across the property. Mid-task, Aaron collapsed.
Oh, shit.
He's a medic.
Behind. Medic!
The cameras caught the moment his body gave out. An ambulance was called. He was stretchered off the set and taken directly to the hospital. Ramsay later called him on the ward and told him gently that he would not be returning to the competition. What never aired is what happened after. Aaron's health continued to deteriorate in the years following Season 3, and in 2010, 3 years after his collapse, he died from diabetes-related complications at the age of 51. His passing forced a lot of longtime viewers to go back and re-watch those early episodes, and the consensus was brutal. A man who could not get out of bed on his own had been handed a chef's jacket and walked into a television kitchen anyway. In the same 2007 season that nearly killed Aaron Song, Hell's Kitchen came dangerously close to poisoning an entire dining room, and the contestant behind it never even noticed what she was doing. Her name was Joanna Randolph, a 27-year-old cocktail waitress from Las Vegas who had been cast on Season 3, despite having one of the thinnest professional kitchen resumes in the entire group. From the first service, she had struggled. She was slow on her station, uncertain on timing, and other contestants had already started pulling away from her as a teammate. But nobody could have predicted what was about to happen during dinner service in Episode 3.
Yes, chef.
It started with a smell. Ramsay was walking through the red kitchen when something stopped him. He turned, sniffed the air, and walked directly toward Joanna's station. The closer he got, the worse it became. When he finally reached her prep area and picked up the container she had been cooking out of, his face changed. He brought it to his nose and recoiled. The crab meat inside had gone completely rotten, not slightly past its best, or borderline questionable. Ramsay held it up to the camera and screamed that she was going to kill someone.
You kill someone!
Then slammed the container into the bin. Every contestant in the kitchen went still. What made the moment so unsettling was not just the rotten seafood itself. It was the fact that Joanna had been standing directly over that container for an extended period of prep and had not noticed a single thing wrong with it. The smell was strong enough that Ramsay picked it up from across a professional kitchen, and Joanna, working right on top of it, had either lost her sense of smell entirely or been so overwhelmed by the chaos of service that she had stopped registering what was in front of her. Ramsay's response was one of the most extreme in the show's history. He did not just shut down her station, he pulled another chef in to take it over entirely, and then did something he had almost never done before, and has rarely done since. He went out to the front of house and instructed Maitre d' Jean-Philippe to start recommending customers to different restaurants for the rest of the night, because the kitchen could no longer guarantee the food coming out of it was safe. In a show built on near misses and close calls, this was the closest Hell's Kitchen has ever come to sending a table of paying customers to the hospital with food poisoning from spoiled shellfish. Joanna was eliminated shortly after and never cooked on